We have Paul Leix here to discuss Bitcoin by demand. A lot of people left comments that wanted to know about Bitcoin, and who better to talk about it than Paul Leix. So the first question I have for you is, there's Bitcoin, there's all kinds of cryptocurrency, right? Or what is cryptocurrency? Because Bitcoin is just one of many types of cryptocurrency, right?
Bitcoin is the founder of crypto, right? So Bitcoin, it started all with Bitcoin, and then everything came after. Now there's a ton of little cryptocurrencies, but they're all digital currencies. There's really nothing that backs them, Tommy. It's like you believe in it, I guess. There's no actually no coin, right? It was like, oh, do I get a Bitcoin from when I get it? How do I get my Bitcoin? I'm like, it's a code, right? And there's if you think about it, Tommy, what do you, at least a dollar bill, you have the dollar, right? Or gold, you got a gold coin. Bitcoin, you don't have anything. You have a digital code, and that's it. So it's more that people believe in it now, and it's becoming more and more regulated which makes it more legit, right? IRS is getting involved. PayPal just said yesterday they're going to start letting you trade or actually hold your cryptocurrencies, buy and sell on their platform. And Bitcoin went wild. It went crazy. Went up like $1,500 in like a matter of 2 hours. So the more it gets legitimatized with other things like that, banks, some banks are holding crypto. And, before 2000, let's say 14, right? When I got into cryptocurrency, you couldn't bank. I mean, if the bank found out that's what you were doing, it didn't matter. Your account was closed in 20 seconds. So it's an interesting, wild, still confuses me, and I know a lot about it, and I'm still confused about it.
Okay, so how did it come? So how did it come about? I guess would be a question.
So nobody knows who formed it. Okay, it was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, whatever. I don't even know how to say his name. They don't know if that was a one person or if it was 10 people. And it was basically, it's just a bunch of technology, and you can't hack it. I mean, it's really great tech. Blockchain, so Bitcoin moves on the blockchain, Tommy. So when you buy Bitcoin, right, it takes 6 confirmations to get into your wallet. So you have a wallet on your phone, like just say like a bank wallet, right? Here, I'm going to show you one real quick. So let's say you have a wallet on your phone, and it looks like this. And there's a million different wallets out there, right? So your wallet so here, can you see that?
I can see it like that. Yep.
Okay, right. So that's your wallet, right? And then there's a QR code, which everybody knows now because all the menus now at restaurants and stuff, you have to scan it with your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's the same thing. Now you can scan QR codes from phone to phone. So I can give you my QR. We can scan codes, Tommy. That's your wallet, and send crypto back and forth to each other. You can buy on exchanges the same way. You can buy at Bitcoin ATMs the same way. So you basically load it with your wallet, and it goes right on your phone. Or you can go and have a paper wallet, so you can put it on your wallet, right? You can print it out, Tommy. There's cold storage and hot storage, and cold storage is like where nobody can hack it. You put it on a
Wait. Hold on. There's cold storage and hot storage.
So like a wallet is a hot wallet, right?
What's that?
So it's your phone, right? Your phone wallet, right? Like it's a bank account, right? Let's say it's your bank account, your wallet, your cryptocurrency wallet on your phone. Technically, if somebody hacks that exchange at your wallet, they can get all your coins. It happens, right? Now, cold storage is there's devices you plug in, to your computer, put all your cryptocurrency on that, pull it out, and it's on that thing forever. Nobody can ever access it but you. So that's cold storage. So it's people that have a lot of Bitcoin or any kind of crypto. You don't want to hold it in your wallet. You want to keep it safe, right?
Okay, so now what about the different kinds? There's Bitcoin. There's what's the other one?
There's the main ones are Ethereum. It's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP.
What are the 3 most popular ones?
Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. They're the most popular, the most traded. Tommy, they all have like a specialty, right? And I couldn't tell you what they are because I only mess with Bitcoin. The other ones are, I think Litecoin right now is trading at like $53. Ethereum's at like 400 and something, an odd change. So, but back in, a couple of years ago, 2017, when the Bitcoin went wild up to 20,000, all the little small ones were going wild too. So people were buying, Litecoin, it was whatever, $20. And by the next week, you're at like 80 or 100 or 200, right? People are making crazy money, Tommy. Guys were going buying Bitcoin from Bitcoin ATMs on a Monday. And there's Bitcoin ATMs. You can cash out your Bitcoin. You can go in there and actually sell your Bitcoin for cash. Guys were going in there on Mondays with 1,000 and leaving on Fridays with 3,000. Like crazy, Tommy. It was nuts.
But then it all crashed down. So don't you think that was a manipulative tool to try to get people to buy? Because I remember it shot up to like 22,000 or something, but then people invested in that, like their life savings, and then they got killed. Unless you sold right away, you got crushed, right?
So yeah, it was such a fast trend, and it really it was on the news. It was on 60 Minutes had a thing about Bitcoin. So people were getting crazy. Now it's 18,000. Like, oh, it's going to be 100,000. It's going to go to 100,000. People refinancing their house, Tommy, taking out money and buying Bitcoin at 18, 20,000. And then guess what? Like 3 months later, it was down to like 5,000 again. So it's very, it's something you just got to watch. It's hard to trade. I've tried to trade it before. You really literally have to sit at your computer all day long to trade it, and watch it, because it's so all over the place. Like yesterday it went up 1,500, Tommy. If you had enough, you would have bought a couple million in the morning, figure, you'd have made some money. And so I got into it in 2014. Bitcoin was trading at $120 a coin. It dipped down to 80. So I started trading it back then. And then I just started buying it, holding it. I got involved with a company, Bitcoin of America. They were a Bitcoin ATM operator. I was one of the founders of it. I had a partner. He bought me out, and he's now one of the largest Bitcoin exchange ATM companies. He's got about 600 machines. He's got an exchange. He just does really well. So I guess I messed up on that point that I got bought out, but what are you going to do? Things happen, So yeah, it's a crazy space. If you talk to, I've gone to a couple, before COVID hit, I went to a couple of these like Bitcoin, not parties, Tommy, what do you call it? Like a convention, right?
Convention, yeah.
And a lot of people there are in this space. Like the beginning guys are anti-government, like, no, fuck the government. I don't want them taking tax my, they are like anti-government. They're not about the money, because they already made a shitload of money, because these guys are buying Bitcoin when it was $1, Tommy.
I think what people don't understand is, like, if you don't know anything about Bitcoin, you're just reading about it, you're hearing about it. So I come to someone like you who's been dealing with it for 6 years. Like, I still don't understand it. So I want to go, so let me put it like this. So let's just say I want to buy Bitcoin, right? How do I buy Bitcoin? It's because a lot of places like to take Bitcoin, like not the dark web and all that other crazy shit. I'm talking, like a normal business. So where would I go, number one, to buy Bitcoin?
So there's a few ways you can go on. Now there's so many websites that sell Tommy online. So with a credit card, debit card, bank wire, you can go and buy, up to certain amounts, right? So it used to be Coinbase was the biggest, right? That was the beginning. And they're still probably the biggest exchange out there. The issue is getting your Bitcoin. You can only buy so much per week, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So then let's say you got a lot of cash, right? Tommy, you got thousands of dollars in cash, just hypothetically, right? So you're like, oh, I want to invest in Bitcoin. I got all this cash. So now there's Bitcoin ATMs. There's about 9,000 in the U.S. now, and they're growing fast. It's a huge business. So you go to this Bitcoin ATM, you can put cash in it, and it'll print a receipt for you, right? It has your wallet on there, or you can scan your phone and put it right on your phone, okay? That's another way you can buy Bitcoin. There's also another site called Local Bitcoins, right? Something like that, Local Bitcoin. And you can go on there and you can put in let's say I got 2 Bitcoin for sale. I can go on there and advertise, Tommy, and you can actually meet the person and give them cash or put a bank deposit. There's a bunch of different ways you can buy it.
And what's that site called that you? What's that site called that you can, like you can chat with the person. He's got ratings. You know, you're not going to get burnt. What's that site called?
That's Local Bitcoins.
Localbitcoins.com.
I believe that's what it is. And now that's the first thing I got started on. That was the first site I was on. I had no idea what I was doing, right? My old business partner was like, hey, Paul, I got a great way to make money. Yeah, localbitcoins.com. We can trade Bitcoin. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But what the hell is a Bitcoin, right? So he tried to explain it to me. I said, yeah, okay. So that was really popular back in the day. But now, Tommy, as time has evolved, right? Now we're 2020. That was 2014. The IRS has gotten involved, and they have put major compliance on all these companies, Local Bitcoins, Coinbase, anybody selling Bitcoin online is a compliance nightmare, as they have to collect all your data, Tommy, right? So you're going to have to put your ID, address, because they want to tax you on this money. Because a lot of people made a lot of money and didn't file their taxes.
So in other words, you're not just going to go buy Bitcoin. You got to give your ID. You have to be verified as to who you are wherever you go. So give me three legitimate places that if you're not trading, you know, that right now you just want to buy Bitcoin. What are the top three places as of right now to go buy it?
Are you looking to buy with a credit card, or are you looking to buy with cash?
Let's say credit card first.
So you're gonna have to go online. Coinbase is the probably most simple way to buy with a credit card or debit card, but it's gonna be a low amount, right? It's not gonna be 10,000. You're not gonna be able to buy with your debit card. But they also accept wire transfers for larger transfers. Now, everybody, and what I want to tell you is, if you think Bitcoin's anonymous, right? That's what everybody thinks Bitcoin's anonymous. It's not anonymous at all, especially these days. So everything's tracked, Tommy.
You would probably go to Coinbase. That's probably the best place to do it for a credit card, for like a small amount to make a purchase or whatever, not necessarily to invest.
Correct. Now, let's say you want to invest 10,000, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're a legit business guy, Tommy. There's a lot of traders out there, right? That or trade stocks. They got a lot of cash, not cash, but money in the bank. Like my old partner's got bitcoinofamerica.org, which is actually an exchange. You can go on there. You have to sign up to get verified, right? And these exchanges now are going to do proof of funds and all that good stuff to make sure you're not laundering money. So you have to probably provide a bank statement, your ID, social security card number with your passport, whatever they ask for, right? And then you can go on there, and let's say you buy Bitcoins at 12,500. They might charge you 4 or 5% over whatever Bitcoin is. You initiate your trade, and then you wire them the money. You can wire, your 10,000, 20,000, whatever you're trying to buy. And that's a good way because your fees are lower. So you're getting a 4% over Bitcoin opposed to whatever, Coinbase is going to charge.
What's that website called again that you're talking about?
Bitcoinofamerica.org.
Bitcoinofamerica.org. And that would be where to go to invest, right? Not to buy.
That's a good one. And that's just one of them, Tommy. There's many out there like him that are exchanges now set up. They call them OTC exchanges, over the counter, and you can, invest that way. That's your easiest way if you're a legit business person, and you have the financials to back it up, and you want to buy some big money and hold. This is to hold. You're not going to buy it and start. You could trade it, but long-term investment, which I don't recommend at the moment. But
okay, so if I just went with Coinbase and did credit card, what's like the maximum I could buy with like a Coinbase type of thing, like just on average?
So they have like limits on there, Tommy, and I don't even honestly remember what they were, but you can like build it up as you get more verified. Like you get verified this, and you get added another $200 a week you can buy, and it cuts you off. There's limits, and I don't know their limits. I really don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, so now the other ones that you're talking about are called OTC.
That's what I just told you, the Bitcoin of America. That's an over-the-counter platform you can trade on.
So you could type in like OTC, Bitcoin OTC in Google, and then you would get a bunch of different sites that you could.
You could just Google buy Bitcoin with Bankwire, and there'll be a shitload of exchanges come up. I just, as one that's a legit exchange is Bitcoin of America. And there's, so I told you about the Bitcoin ATM companies, right?
Yeah.
Majority of them have their own OTC now, where for people that want to buy large amounts, they'll do the wire transfers and do all that stuff, just like Bitcoin of America.
Okay, so now with the Bitcoin ATMs that you were talking about, now can I put a credit card in that ATM machine? No, that's what, cash only?
Cash money, right? So you go to the Bitcoin ATM, Tommy, you got $1,000 on you, right? I'm going to buy $1,000 in Bitcoin. When you put your phone number in, it's going to say, oh, send the verification code. It goes to your phone, right? You get a text message, enter the code in the ATM, okay? So now it's going to there's going to be, and every Bitcoin ATM is different. Some you can buy $5,000 a day, $20,000 a day, right? But you have limits on there. So anything under $250 usually is just your phone number, right? Okay, just put your phone number in, you put the money in, you get your Bitcoin, $250. Now, when you start getting over those limits, then you have to provide your ID, scan your ID. Usually anything over 3,000, you got to put your social security number in there. And then usually anything over like the 8,000, 9,000, usually that 8 to 10,000 range up, you're going to have to get verified before it even lets you buy through that company. They'll, run your stuff through the OFAC list, and which is,
And you can do all this at a Bitcoin ATM.
so yeah, you can buy, some machines take 20,000 a day. You can go in there and put 20,000 in cash a day. But I'm going to tell you this, Tommy, a lot of these machines are charging 15 to 25%. So they're taking 25%. There's a company out there called CoinCloud. They're huge, Tom. They got a ton of ATMs. They charge 25% fee on all of their machines, which is insanely high, because the average, I think, is like 15 to 20, right? Which is still high. But you're putting cash in these machines,
Yeah, I mean that's still insane. I mean 20%. I mean fucking 20%.
25 is even more.
Oh my god,
it's crazy.
So if I buy 1,000 in Bitcoin, they're gonna take 200 of my 1,000 at these ATMs.
Yeah. Yep.
You'd be better just go to the street and buy and get a loan with a VIG on it.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. So everybody used to think, oh, I can go buy these Bitcoin ATMs. I'm going to go buy Bitcoin and launder my money through the ATMs. Well, it's not like that. I mean, it takes a picture of you. It's got your ID. It's got a compliance officer that's going through all the transactions, and Bitcoin is not invisible. Doesn't keep you safe. So Tommy, there's software out there that tracks where this Bitcoin starts, your IP address, where it's sold to, who it's sold to, where it gets cashed out at. They can track it all. And every blockchain transaction, which is what Bitcoin is moved through.
Okay, stop there. Now what is blockchain?
So that's the technology that Bitcoin goes from my wallet to yours, right? Well, that blockchain, which is a series of numbers, right, and letters, never goes away, Tommy, ever. I can see every wallet out there right now, how much money was in it, where it's sent to, everything. It's 100% traceable. And that's, people used to be, Bitcoin was untraceable. It was the technology, dark web, everybody. And that's why Bitcoin has got a bad name, because the dark web, oh, you can buy drugs with Bitcoin and blah, blah. But do you know how many unbanked people are there in the world, Tommy?
Yeah, I know.
7 billion people in the world, right? I think there's 2.1 billion unbanked people. So there is people that legit use Bitcoin ATMs. I know for a fact they put 20, 40, 30, they don't have bank accounts. They put money in Bitcoin. They don't want to have the cash.
They basically just eat the fee, right?
They eat the fee because, at the end of the day, they don't have a bank account because they can't get one. There's third world countries that Bitcoin is huge over there.
Yeah, I know. And my marketing company, some of the guys that I use offshore to help out, they always want Bitcoin. So
they always want Bitcoin. All those offshore guys want Bitcoin. It's so easy for them. They don't have to have a credit card merchant. It's just smooth and it goes in their account,
Yeah. Okay. So
and here's the thing, Tommy. Look at it this way. I hold Bitcoin, you hold Bitcoin, right? For me to send it to you, it's cost pennies. Okay. So let's say you're sending the guy in India $1,000 for marketing, right? If you were to Western Union him money or MoneyGram or Bankwire, the fees are crazy, you know? Now, by you sending it straight to them, there's really no fees. It's pennies out of that transaction. And that's the great thing about it. So you think of these other guys in India and Uganda and all these third world countries where they're sending Bitcoin back to pay for stuff because there's really no fees, you know?
Right. So in that sense, it's better to transfer it around like that than pull it out of a machine or something like that. Okay. So if you want to use a credit card, you do something like Coinbase, but you're going to be on a limit. If you want to get higher, you can go to an ATM. You're going to get killed on the percentage, or you could type in Bitcoin OTC on Google. There's a million places. Now, if you want to, although I know you said you're highly recommend against it, if you're looking for whatever reason to invest in it, let's just say you are looking to invest in it, what route would you take to invest in it, and would Bitcoin be the cryptocurrency you would choose right now to invest in it? And then the follow-up question to that is going to be, when would you, if I invest in it, when would you recommend somebody to say sell and run?
Are you asking is it my personal opinion?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, no, I'm so
it's a tough one, Tommy. Here's the problem with Bitcoin now, right? Back 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it was $200, $300, $400, right? So if you put 10 or 20,000 into that, you made some money when it went up, right? But now it's so high. So you're at 13,000 right now, okay? You got to put a lot of money in Bitcoin to make money. You know, that's a big nut, right? 13,000 per coin versus 300, 400. I have people ask me all the time, should I buy Bitcoin and invest in it? And I always tell them, it's hard. I always say, well, why don't you wait a little bit? I'm like, what do you mean wait a little bit? Well, it's 13,000 right now. It might be 3,000 in March, right? Because look, Tommy, it was steady. And then last March, for like 3 days, it dipped down to like 3,000. I had a couple buddies like, dude, should I buy? I was like, I don't know.
I remember that.
It's really low.
Yeah, I remember.
And I'm like, man, I don't. What if it goes to 1,500 and you lose your ass? Now I'm gonna feel bad because Tommy, I don't care what charts you look at. There's no way. There's so many factors that make Bitcoin go up and down. Just like how it went up yesterday. PayPal announced they were going to start letting you buy and sell and hold crypto through PayPal. PayPal's the biggest merchant out there, right? Basically.
Yeah.
I think they have 380 million users or some crazy amount. Dude, Bitcoin went wild. Went up 5% in like the first hour they announced that. So now you're making it legit. So I would stick to like a less expensive coin just because you can buy a lot more. And if it goes up $2 or $3, you just made a shitload of money, right? If you buy Bitcoin at 20,000 and it goes up $200, what do you make? A couple $100?
So you wouldn't buy Bitcoin. So Litecoin, if you were going to invest, you would invest in Litecoin?
So Litecoin was down to the 30s and then it got up to 80s like 2 months later. Now it's back to like 55. You think about, Tommy, buy $100,000 Litecoin. If it goes up a couple $100, you're rich, you know? You buy a couple 100,000 in Bitcoin, you didn't really make that much money if it goes up.
So in other words, just stay away from Bitcoin. If you're looking to invest in cryptocurrency, you recommend Litecoin? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's a good coin. Ethereum's a good coin. I'm not saying Bitcoin's not a good coin, Tom, because,
Well, I'm saying invest-wise, if you don't have a shit ton to put in it and time to, because what you're saying is if you're going to buy Bitcoin right now, you need at least, and to make money off of it, you need at least 13,000. And then you need to be able to, or not be able to, you need to be willing to sit on that for the spike to come whenever it comes. That could be a year and a half. Who knows when it could come?
Or it could drop and not come. I mean, you don't know.
Or you could get killed. So you could go to
Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Claiming it's going to hit 100,000, and you never know, Tommy. I never thought it would hit 20,000. Listen, I never thought it would hit 1,000 back in the day, and when it hit 1,000, I was like, holy shit.
But if you don't have that kind of money, you would go with Litecoin or Ethereum.
Yeah, because listen, you can buy it. Let's say you put 10,000 in Litecoin. you can make some money if it goes up $40 or $50 a coin. You made some money, you sell it, there's no good time to tell you when to sell it, Tommy. I know guys that were holding Bitcoin. It was like going up, 17, 18, 19. And then everybody's like, oh, dude, it's going to hit 50,000 this month. So these guys held on to it, Tommy. And then it started going down, like 20, 19, 8. Then it went back down. And they're like, oh, shit, I never sold, and at one time, the people's wallets were worth big money. And they could have made a ton of money, but they held out.
So if you do buy it, and you see it go up, sell it quick and just get out of it. Don't wait and think, okay, well, maybe if I hold it for another week, it's going to go up another $5,000. If you see it shoot up where you can make a decent profit, on any of them, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, just sell it.
Yeah,
because it's so.
If you're trying, if you want to make money, listen. There's people that buy it and just hold it and hold it and hold it, waiting for it to hit like crazy numbers. And who knows with this world, Tommy? I mean, 2020 is crazy. This election is going to have a big effect on it. Always does. So it could go crazy high. It could drop it. Here's my thing. Bitcoin never used to follow, like when something bad in the world happened, Bitcoin would go up, Tommy, right? That's how it used to be. Now it's kind of follows, like stock market goes down, Bitcoin's going down.
Now, who would you say, does Biden or Trump winning favor an investor of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in general? Which one of them winning does it favor the investor in?
I think if Trump wins, the stock market's going to go wild, and so will Bitcoin. I think they'll follow each other's suit. And I think if Biden wins, I think fucking this country's fucked. People are going to freak out. And they're going to sell all their stocks, and the fucking Bitcoin's going to go right with it. And I think the Bitcoin and stock are going to follow each other, whatever trend happens.
Wow. I think that's good information, because I don't think a lot of people realize that. So basically, I mean, this election here has a lot to do with what Bitcoin's going to do financially in terms of.
Because if Biden wins, this country's going to be like, he wants to lock it down for like a year. I think that, listen, Chicago got locked down. They just closed all bars and restaurants as of Friday, tomorrow.
You're not
it's
right.
coming. It's going to happen again. And financially, if Trump doesn't get in, financially, this country's in big trouble. And the stock market's going to go, it's going to, you can ask any guy that's in the stocks right now, if Trump doesn't win, it's going to crash, and Bitcoin's going to follow right with it,
So if you're watching this and you're looking about it and investing in Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, right? Just wait and see what happens with the election, because if Biden does pull off this, you're going to get killed.
Don't make financial decisions until after. You got 2 weeks. You can wait 2 weeks.
So right. So right now, just buy it to go buy something on eBay or whatever. Use a Coinbase thing.
Listen, buy a little bit. Here's what I want to do, Tommy. Buy a couple $100 a week.
Yeah. And
keep it in the wallet. If you follow it, watch it dip down. If it dips down, buy a couple $100, keep it in a wallet. Like, it's kind of an investment for your kids when they're older. If you think about it, God, if I would have bought Bitcoin, Tommy, back when I was buying 30 coins a day at $100 a piece. Okay. Think about that. $100 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have bought $200 a week back then, I'd be retired.
But the problem is that the risk is just so high right now.
Well, now because it's 13,000, you can't. There's no. It's not.
Wait, it's 13,000 a coin right now.
13,000. What's it right now? 13,100.
Wow. And what is Litecoin and Ethereum?
Let's see. Bitcoin Cash. Ethereum is at 418, and Litecoin's at 54.
So you can get So which one? I'm sorry. Which one was 54?
Litecoin.
Okay, so you can get Litecoin for $54 each, and the other one is $416 a piece.
Ethereum 418. Yeah.
418.
So yeah, Litecoin's a good one to we always thought Litecoin would be the next Bitcoin. That's what I always thought. So
I had heard that. Now as you were talking, I had a friend. He had bought it when it first came out. He bought a ton of it. I think he got it for less than $100. I think he paid like $36 a piece. Now he had,
Oh, that's what it was going for back in the day.
he and he had,
Real legit.
yeah, he had gotten a trust fund, so he didn't really give a shit. One of his family members passed away. He got a bunch of dough. I think he bought 20, 30, $40,000 worth of this Bitcoin at to be honest with you, I think it was under 30 that he paid. When it went up, he dumped it all. The guy made $7 million. Now, there's a lot of people that lost their life. They lost their house. They lost everything when those little guys, wherever the hell they are, manipulated the shit and made it shoot up to 22,000, knowing that everybody's going to go buy it now, and then it shot down. I mean, that was a manipulation tool like crazy. You know it, and I know it, and I don't even know much about it.
I think it's manipulated still.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for 2 seconds.
But listen, I always try and figure out, why is Bitcoin up $1,000? Why did it go up $500 today? Why did it drop $500? It doesn't, and there's no real answer, right?
Yeah.
This is some guy in China pressing a keyboard. I mean, what controls it? What's making it go up and down? There's no,
there's no rhyme or reason. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna get this video out quick because people were asking. If you're watching this and you have any other questions for Paul, leave a comment, and then after the election, I'll bring Paul back on, and I'll ask you the questions that were asked in the comments or emails or direct messages, and we'll wait till after the election to follow up on this. So thanks for your time, Paul. I think you pretty much simplified it. And basically, don't invest in it right now. Just see what happens with the election. If you need it to go buy something, go to a Coinbase type of place and do it, or an ATM and do it that way. And just wait till the election and put your comments in. Please subscribe and hit the bell. And we will have Paul back right after the election. So leave your comments. Thanks a lot for your time, Paul.
Thanks, Tommy. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, man. Be safe.
Bye-bye.